Hi everyone, it's Sam from Electric Bikes Brisbane, and I'm going to step you through this new 2025 model from Kalkhoff, actually 25-26 model. And this is a bike which we reviewed before, but this is the top of the range model, and it is the Image Excite Plus, but what's special about it is it's the belt drive one. And it's got quite a few really nice features which make it extremely useful, also very comfortable, but a top value belt drive bike too. Really one of those bikes that you can use it for a lot of different things, and a great car substitute. So if you're looking at buying a car, maybe think about buying this if you're going to just be using it for running around town. So the CB platform, it's a plus platform in the Kalkhoff world, which means the overall system rating is 170 kilos, so that's rider and your gear. It gives you the option for our heavier riders, as well as the ability to carry a heap of gear. It's been a really popular bike because it's a nice low frame, and it's a fun bike to ride. It's a bike that just wants to do things when you ride it. It's a compact bike, it runs on the 20-inch wheels, but it's a good solid ride. It sort of rides a little bit like a big bike, it just happens to be on the 20-inch wheels. Super easy for storing it in places, because you have with this Schultz speed lifter handlebar, you can actually turn that handlebar side on. Again, thinking about city living and smaller spaces, it's going to take up a lot less room in your apartment or your garage. Actually, have been finding it's been a bike that our touring customers with caravans and camper vans like as well, because it is a little bit more compact and they can actually get it into their vans. But let's walk through it and the extra features that come with this particular model, the Image C.B and with the belt drive. As I said, it runs on 20-inch wheels. So this is a really solid wheel, it's a tough wheel. And Kalkhoff have put the wide Supermoto X tyres on it, so really heaps and heaps of rubber on the road there. So lots of traction, but being a balloon tyre, you've got lots of air and comfort. Also, just thinking about utility, they run on Schrader valves, which means you can come up to a service station and put air in too, if you need to, rather than being the Presto ones, which are specific to bike pumps. And in addition to the rack at the front, you've also got mount points for extra luggage if you're thinking about sort of using even more carrying capacity. While we're in the cockpit here, you can see we have a front light which is built in and really thoughtful in terms of the way it's been located. It's underneath the front rack and it moves. It can move with the bike, so it's a nice bright light too, so very useful for if you get caught out at night, and that runs off the electric, so charged by the battery, and you've got a front and a rear light. So we've got this handy front rack here and lots of mounting points for carrying luggage, and you can also go so far as to put an MIK adapter and carry some of the MIK compatible accessories. Like the small crate, for example, fits really well on the front here. And you can see that all this cabling is all neatly integrated into the tube. So if we move up into the cockpit, one of these extra cables is for a suspension dropper post. Really, it's a genius idea for a city bike. So you've got the ability to be able to change your seat height if you're loaded up, or you prefer to when you stop to have both feet on the ground, you can drop that seat right down to its lowest level, and you can just put both your feet on the ground, ride away, and then just using this lever, you can raise your seat height to your correct riding position once you're on the move. A really practical feature for city riding. I mentioned the speed lifter handlebars. This gives you the option of raising and lowering those handlebars based on whoever's riding it at the time. So again, a good bike for a family because it can accommodate different rider heights. If we have a look at the handlebars themselves, the Image series in the Kalkhoff range is their Comfort series. So with these handlebars, you can see the curve in them, and what that does is it sits you up a little bit taller and it brings your elbows back, so nice and comfortable for riding around. Here you've got your controls of your bike, and this is a Purion 200 display. This is an all-in-one display that has a heap of info, so a smart system. You can access your lights and your walk assist feature here also. If you hook it up to the eBike Flow app, it opens it up to a whole world of functionality where you can customize your power modes, digital locking, and all that good stuff which is coming with Bosch, which they're continually working on making it very, very functional. As I said before, this is a bike that runs on a belt drive, which means it needs to have internal gears. So Kalkhoff have made this bike very, very easy to use, and they have put Shimano Nexus 5-speed gears. So it's still a reasonable range of gears, still able to climb hills, still able to push a reasonable gear when you're on the flat, but you just don't have so many gears to change. And it's just a simple twist. The real benefit of internal gears is that you can change it while you're stationary. So come to a set of traffic lights, you'll have dropped your seat post down, you'll be sitting on your bike, you might realise that you're in the wrong gear, you can just change down while you're stationary and off you go. Much easier than a derailleur system. We've also got the Magura hydraulic disc brakes. The Magura are a German company, so Kalkhoff being a German brand, are using local brakes, very strong braking system and quite a durable system too, so contributing to the overall longevity of the bike and safety too. So let's look at the frame of the bike itself and the drive system that it's running on. So it's a Bosch Performance line. So this is the Gen 3 motor with the 75 Newton meters. Nice quiet motor, but also a very smooth motor. So just think about if you're carrying lots of luggage, smooth, but it really can climb very, very well. 75 Newton meters is fantastic climbing performance. It's a can-do feel when you ride this bike. It's like, oh, yep, I'm gonna go there. Yep, I can do that. It's a really fun ride. As I mentioned before, it's got this low step-through frame. It's not a bike that's suitable for really small riders. We tend to see riders from about 160 upwards being able to fit this bike. It's got quite a tall standover height. With the dropper seat post, it's just such a great option though for somebody who really wants to be able to get their feet on the ground, but prefers to ride in that correct riding position while they're riding along. Kalkhoff pair this with a 545 watt-hour battery. Usually that's plenty of range for city riding, but if you want something longer, it does fit the bigger batteries now that the bigger batteries are more readily available, and it just slots in there if you decide that you need more range. If we move down to the rear of the bike, you can see all the great accessories that come with this bike. This is as I mentioned before, it's a MIC HD rear rack, so it's a 27 kilo rack. We really like this rack because it's this style of rack. You've got the rails where you can put pannier bags. You've got the MIK platform here where you can use that whole ecosystem of MIK accessories. So top bags, crates, child seat, baskets, lots and lots of carrying options for the top of this rack. And nice that you can also hang bags, so you can really load this bike up if you want to. It comes with this wheel lock that just clamps the rear wheel and stops somebody from walking off with your bike. And there's a chain lock that you can get with these locks too, if you want to plug in chain lock to be able to lock it to something. And then while we're here, you can see it's got the big wide mud guards, plenty of coverage over those tyres, going to keep you nice and clean, wet or dry. And this rear mounted kickstand, which contributes to the just ease of manoeuvring when you've got it on the ground. A super useful bike, and it's nice to have a belt drive option with this. Belt just means it's low maintenance, and having the internal gears means it's very, very easy to use. So a good option for somebody who really likes this style of bike and wants to be able to ride around town, but may not be so fussed about the maintenance that comes with a derailleur system and wants the ease of handling that comes with having the internal gears. So if you're interested in trying one of these, you're very welcome to come and book a test ride. You can book directly off our website, text us if you want some more information, or just give us a call. Phone number's on our website.